Hello everyone, and thanks for stopping by to Scrap and Craft with Terry. This is the second time I'm starting this video. I started coughing and I couldn't stop. So, just better to start the video over. So, today we're going to make a 5-pocket folio flip out, and we're using a piece of lighter weight cardstock. It measures 6 inches wide and 8.5 inches long. Now, when you cut your paper, you want to cut your paper so the length fits your journal page. So, like my journal page, my faux journal page here, it's just 8.5 by 11. So it's 8.5 this way. So you cut it to fit the whole page, the length. And then it's 6 inches wide, and you're going to fold it in half. So you'll have 3 inches. I scored it once, but we'll act like we're scoring it again. We're going to score it at 3 inches. I may have to turn this around. I think so. We're going to score it at 3 inches. And that's all we need our scoreboard for. And if you don't have a scoreboard, just measure and fold it in half. So then we can just flatten this out good. Now you're going to want to decide which way you want. This is going to be a pocket, so this will be glued together. But we're going to have a little gusset on the back for flipping it. So you're going to want to decide if you want it to flip this way. Let me open it up. This way off of the page, and then once it folds over, you have your whole page for journaling on. Or do you want it to flip this way? Because you're going to have a thumb notch in the back pocket, okay? And your fold is going to be on the edge of the page, your journal page. So you have to decide which side you're going to fold it out on. I'm going to fold mine out on this side so it'll fold to the right. So underneath here, I can go ahead and cut my thumb notch. I'm going to use my thumb notch, or my little notch off of this one, because I like that. And if I got it in the center, okay. If I didn't, well, maybe I should have. And then I'm just going to go ahead and ink around the outside real quick. This paper here is just a gray. I don't have gray ink, so I'm just using a light blue ink. And I think it'll look just fine. Now all of the back is going to show too. So if you ink, you're going to want to ink the back also. You don't have to ink the inside, because like I say, or maybe I said it in the first video, this is going to be a pocket. I don't know what I said. I don't like it when I start a video and have to start it again because I don't know what I said. Oh well. Okay. Now, we're going to just put some glue up here and down at the bottom. And I'm hoping that I'm in the camera. seal them edges. Okay. Now, we're going to have 4 pockets on the front, and let me see. I figured where I wanted to start my top pocket from. Let me look here just a second. You don't have to measure this if you don't want to. I just wanted to make sure that I had my pockets so they would be spaced right. So I want to start my pocket, my top pocket, down at 1 3/8 inches. So I'm just going to make one little mark right there. And then I'm going to space my pockets about 1 inch apart. Now, I already rounded my corners up here, but I want to make thumb notches. Now you can make your thumb notches all even, and then I can erase that off of there. You can make your thumb notches all even, or you can stagger your thumb notches however you think you want them to look. So say you wanted, and I'm doing a little birdie theme. I had 3 papers that had birds on, so I needed one more, so we got swans up there. So anyway, you can have all of your notches down the center, or you could have a notch here and a notch here and just stagger them back and forth. I think I'm going to do that because I think it would look kind of cute. So, but you can do it however you want, and if you don't want a thumb notch, you don't have to have a thumb notch either. That's just your preference. I think I've only ever staggered my thumb notches a couple times, once or twice. So I think I'm going to do this one over here. Just to make it look kind of fancy. I'll make it look kind of cute. So that's what we're doing. Okay. Now where I did my thumb notch on this, I'll just ink a little bit. The other papers, the ink doesn't show up. Okay, so I'm going to start my top pocket up here, and we're going to glue the 3 sides. Now if you don't want your corners rounded, you don't have to round them. I just like tops of my corners rounded. So we're going to glue the 3 sides. I have my pockets numbered so I know where they go. So these are cut at 3 inches by 4 inches. Let's see. So they're 4 inches long and 3 inches wide. And then you just have to look on the back, and if you see any sticking over, you just trim it off a little tiny bit. Even though I cut it on my paper cutter, doesn't mean that it's perfectly straight. Then my next one is going to go down about 1 inch. So I just want to measure and put just a little mark, just so I know. And I can keep them all about the same. Yeah, there it is. I was going to say, as long as I can see my mark, we're just fine. So how's everyone doing today? Had some running around to do this morning. So I got that done. There is my mark. Now, if it's not perfect, it doesn't mean nothing. I just want them spaced about the same. So I'll go back through. I think I placed it on the mark, so that'll be all right. And then we'll do it again. And some of you guys are good, I know, at eyeballing it, but I'm not so good at that. Sometimes I wing it. Sometimes it looks a little cockeyed or spaced too far apart. I slid that. When you use art glitter glue, you don't have much time to pick it back up if it slides. Okay, and the last one. I could have paused the video and done this, but there's not a whole lot to this video today, so I guess you can just watch me glue my pockets on or fast forward it. Now the bottom one is going to have to go to the bottom, so I probably could have started this one down just a little bit farther. But if you start at the bottom and go up, you're going to have a hard time getting your pockets in there. Okay. So even though that's spaced a little farther, that's all right. And that one's a little closer. Yeah, that's all right. We don't have to be perfect. Okay. Now, up here on the top, you can decorate this if you want. I'm not going to decorate that because when your tag is in, whatever you put on it really isn't going to show anyway. But I'm going to decorate a little tiny bit on the bottom pocket cut, but I don't want to cover all my birds up. But before we do that, we're going to make our little gusset. I need to trim this. Okay. We need to make our little gusset for the back. And it's only 3/4 of an inch wide. And all we're going to do is fold it in. Now you can just fold it, or you can score it. And this part here is what you're going to see when it flips open. So I just want to round a little bit with my my ink, and I inked the edges on the inside. I like making these flip outs. I've made these before with small pockets. First time I did it, I didn't know what I was doing and I didn't do it right. So I messed the little flip out thing wrong. I messed it up, and then I had to cover it up. But you use trim and you cover it up and it's all good. Okay. Now the part that's folded is going to go to the outside. It's going to go to the fold. So we're just going to put some glue on this, and it's the same length as the pocket. And if you just want it glued down, if you don't want it to fold out, then you can just glue around this and glue it down and you would have another pocket. But the fold out will give you extra journaling space, and then on the back of your pocket you can also journal. So we're just going to put this on the edge of our paper, the edge of our pocket. And this is just regular paper. This isn't cardstock. Got it up a little high, so I'll have to trim a little off. There, that's better. Now, when you glue it onto your page, you're going to put glue on your gusset, and you're going to put it right on the edge of the page. You don't want to set it in. You want to put it on the edge of your page and glue it down. And then when you flip it out, probably can't get my hand under there to hold it, but then when you flip it out, you would have this holding it to your page. So you could journal on this, and you can journal on this. So it just gives you some extra writing space. And then you just fold it back over, and you have your pockets. So that's pretty easy. Not too complicated. I don't like real complicated. All right, we're going to go ahead and decorate our pocket. I'm only going to put a little bit of lace on here and this Live Your Dreams, because I don't want to cover up all my birds. I like the birds, they're pretty. You can decorate your pocket however you want it. And your pockets don't all have to match. They can be however you want them. You can do them all from scraps. These were just all out of the same little paper pad. Trim this off. And then I just inked around this a little tiny bit, and I'm just going to stick it down here. Thought about sticking it up there, but I want it down here. I think it'll be good enough. There's that. Now, on my tags, well, I already cut the back tag. I just rounded my corners, and this is like a bluish gray paper. I've used this before. It's lightweight cardstock, and it's kind of a marbled, or almost looks like clouds in it. So that's what I'm using for my my tag in here. It's almost like a hidden pocket, and when you flip it over, then you see your thumb notch, and you can pull your tag out. So I didn't put a pull or anything on that. My tags, and this one is, let me tell you what this one is, and you would still go by your own measurements. This one is just barely under 3 inches, and it is 8 inches long. I had to leave room for gluing my pocket shut. And I'm not decorating my tags today. You can decorate your tags however you want them. And these are about, a couple of them are a little bit bigger, I think. This one's almost 2.5 by 4 inches long. So 2.5 by 4 inches long is what I went by. And I just used this to cut my corners. You can round all of your corners, or you can cut your tag shape in. You can do whatever you want. And then I want to round my bottom corners, because I like to round the bottoms of my tags so they slide in and out of the pocket better. But that's just my preference. And this paper is light enough that you can write on both sides and see it. So I'm inking both sides. Then for my little pulls on these, I just cut these little circles. They're about 1 inch. And I inked around them with the blue, and then I just stamped a little flower. And I'm going to put them on top of these. And that's going to be my tags. And like I say, I'm not decorating the rest of it. I'll glue about half of it to start with, and then try to center it. I put the flowers on both of them, so if you turn it over the other way, you're still going to be able to see your flower. Thought the little circles on top was something different, and I think it looks good. So then you can decorate your tags however you want them. Now hopefully they'll slide right down in there like they're supposed to. Yeah, look at that. So see, with your tag in there, the top is not really gonna look, you're not gonna see what's behind it, but when you pull your tag out, you can. So if you want something up there, you can just add it to it. Okay, so probably what I will do is change these tags out. Not paying attention to these. I should have left these without the tag angle in the tag, and I should have just rounded my corners and put my pulls where the thumb notch is. I didn't even think about that. But with the these cut into it, you can't do that. So, like I say, I will probably change these out and just use these in a set of pockets that the thumb notch is going all the way down the center. But other than that, what do you think? I think it's actually kind of cute. And with them thumb notches the way they are, you probably could just put lace across the top to cover it up. So you could do something like that. But anyway, you'll learn by your mistakes. So if you want them like this, you have to make sure that your pull matches where your thumb notch is. So see, I made that mistake for you. So we will have this on our page, and it'll flip out. We can pull our big tag out. And then we'll fold it over, and we have all of our other tags here. So you can write back and front. And if you have paper where you can't write on the back because it's dark or it has a pattern on it, you can just put lined paper or printer paper, anything like that on it. So let me know down in the comments what you think. Give me a thumbs up if you liked my video, and I hope you come back to see me for my next one. So until then, everyone, have a wonderful day and happy crafting. Bye for now.